The objective of this lesson is to understand the average ifs formula in Excel, which is different than the average if formula. If you want to know about the latter, I will put a link in the description for my other video on this formula. So let's start. I'm going to write here equal average ifs, and I open the parentheses and I get first parameter average range. Average range is the range you're going to use to do the average. Then criteria range 1 and criteria, basically it is the range where I'm going to check a condition against, and the criteria is basically this condition which is bigger than 5, smaller than 2, and so on. And for condition you can use sometimes even formulas in it, but usually we'll use an operator. So the most common operators are here, you can check them out. Now let's understand this formula with a manual example, and then we look at those examples. So let's assume that I want to get the average price of all the Audi cars that have a horsepower equal or above 300. So how this formula will work? It will go into the first line, check Audi, and check the above or equal 300. It is an Audi, but it's not above 300, so that will not get counted. The second line is a Mercedes, so again it's not going to get counted. The third line is a Audi, more or equal than 300, yes, so it will take the price of this. Then you have a Mercedes, it's not going to get counted. Then an Audi above 300, yes, so it's 340, it's going to get counted, the price. And an Audi below 300, it's not going to get counted. So it will average those two numbers and you'll get 270. So let's do it. We'll write equal average ifs, open parenthesis, this is my range. Then criteria 1 range is my brand. Then criteria 1. For criteria 1, I want an Audi, so I'm going to write in double quotation Audi. And again, Excel will know automatically that I'm saying equal Audi without putting the equal sign that you have here. Next, criteria range 2, it's my horsepower. And then criteria 2 is more or equal than 300. So I open the double quotation, more or equal than 300, close the double quotation, close the parenthesis, enter, and you get the same number I got, right? Now, for this 300 and this Audi, there are other ways to write the conditions. So the first thing we could do for Audi is instead of typing Audi here, we can just remove those double quotation Audi and just refer to the cell. And as you can see, I'll get the same number. Now for 300, it's a bit more tricky. You could delete this 300 and go here after the double quotation and do and select the cell. So it will do more or equal and concatenate it with 300 and it will work, as you can see. The other option which I prefer is to go to the cell and write the formula more or equal than 300, and you come here and you delete this and you just use the cell. So this way you have more flexibility and you can change your condition way more easily. Next, we're going to check for different than Audi and then horsepower less than 250. So to use my preferred methodology, I'm going to come here, do different than Audi and do less than 250. And then I will apply my formula equal average ifs, open bracket, range. Then we do our criteria 1 range, which is the brand. And then criteria 1, I select the cell F269. Then I have my criteria 2 range. Then I'm going to select the cell which is G269. And then I close the brackets and I get 120. And again, let's do it one more time for this one. You have Audi and horsepower less than 300. So Audi, I keep it, horsepower less than 300. Then I write my formula again, average ifs, open the brackets. What is my range? It's this one. And then criteria 1 range is the Audi. Then I select my cell. Then criteria 2 range is this. Then I select my cell again, close the parentheses, and you get the number.